but I have 3 different versions of the video.
Mm-hmm.
Backup phone, this phone, and GoPro.
Nice.
So if anything failed, I would always have some.
Okay.
So I have a few things. The first notes I have pre-teaching this lesson before the video, and the problems I was facing. Because I pre-taught this twice to see what I would be encountering, and then trying to fix those problems ahead of time before the video starts. So I think when it gets to doing these, that's going to be important. So I'm probably going to do this quite often. Maybe pick a middle of the day class to where I can work out the minor things and then give a good lesson. So most of it was the rules, norms, everyone behaving, getting in line. A lot of the kids, because it's laminated, they were doing this kind of stuff, making hats. I was like, all right, before we even hand these out, these are the rules. We don't.
Right.
No, so that's kind of the first thing I had to do. I think for the video, those kids were really good. I still had a few students in the later classes, still their discipline isn't there yet, but I think all of today and all this week, last week, it's still working on getting them in order. And the placemat has the rules and norms on it. So when I saw the kids were, acting out and stuff like that, all right, everyone number 1, and then they all started reading. So that's the whole purpose, for them to always have in their table.
Right.
Take it out. All right, everyone number 1. What's number 1?
Right.
Everyone read it. So that's the whole purpose, and I think it's built up really nicely.
Yeah.
You'll see the video later. Now, this group versus other groups. I think I have 2 really good groups. These are one of them. There's different things that you can say, these kids are better at this and this and this. I have 2 that are overall really good, and I think these are one of those. This is group 4. I have group 5. I was thinking maybe I would do them too. They're a little bit lower, but they're in the middle too. So we're kind of aiming for a middle. The class I finished is group 2. They are like the best. So I was kind of aiming somewhere from middle, they're upper middle. When they saw the cameras, and there are 3 cameras, I think they locked in there, okay, we better be good. Because they know they can see the flashing lights. There's one right in the front, there's one over here. So they were aware, and they think the camera's more for them. But I'm like, the camera's for me. But they are still, I'm like, you gotta just be good, no problem. So I tried with grade 6, putting a camera for discipline, and it lasts 1 time, 2 times, and then they don't seem to care. They get immune to the camera really fast.
Yeah.
So I was sure to tell them, camera's for me. So for this group versus others, I think their behaviors really well. And so if the other videos they want me to get for a middle group, I might choose a different group. But if they want consistency, I'll maybe stick with this group. But I can always, because this is group 4, so this is right before lunch. So I can also pick them, later in the day. This is right in the morning. This is in the afternoon, they might be tired. So if they want me to stay consistent, I can try them at different times too. So maybe in Thursday afternoon, they're gonna be tired and cranky, and maybe I'll have to see how they behave in different situations like that. So I don't know. But for this video, they were really good. And for today, the best of the whole day.
Okay.
So that's this session. Strengths, they were really good at listening, directions, norms. I didn't have to be too strict. They, I think, pretty well understood what we were doing, and they did it, relatively what I wanted. I wasn't too upset with anyone. Sometimes if they're being a little silly or just talking here and there, they were really quick to straighten out.
Okay.
So
By themselves or with a little
sometimes I would like tap the table or 1, 2, 3, or I would let the alarm, because I had a timer, I would let that just keep ringing until everyone's like, okay, he's not stopping the alarm. That might mean everyone be quiet.
Mm.
So for them, I didn't have to do too much. I think they were really good at moving tables, changing partners. I couldn't always, I did do a little bit of data gathering, but it was by them. And they read 3 things off of their paper, because I'm gonna have deviations in a minute. Then they can do 1 point. But these kids, honest. I think they're pretty honest. These kids, I don't think they did that much reading. I think they started their chicken scratching. So I don't think they were honest with how much they were really reading if you look at the others. Like Oliver, I would say he's probably pretty honest. But this table, I think they kind of saw what each other were doing, and then they were just doing that. So I think for a weakness or something to grow, this needs to be explained a bit better, to where they're not marking their own, their partner's marking for them. So this set of data is not really gonna, these 2 are out. These 2 I can maybe learn something. But these 2, there's no telling what these kids really did.
Right.
I know she needs a bit of help. Spring and summer, they're about equal. I know he didn't do that much more than she did. So I can compare. I know some of these kids, I'm starting to learn their names. But that would be a weakness, something that needs to grow.
Right. The data.
Yeah.
Those 2 sets are not reliable.
Yeah, they're out because they just wanted to look good.
Right.
Yeah. These, I would say, are more honest, and I could probably get something out of it.
Okay.
This, I know his English is really low, so that is maybe real.
Okay.
Okay. So Greta, I know she's good. That might be exaggeration, but I know she's good. Olivia, same. So that's one thing that should be done better.
Okay.
Another strength, getting their tables in order, in groups, their time. I have it all on the screen, it's all timed. One of my classes, 29 seconds, that's amazing.
Transitioning from one activity to another?
From rows to groups in 29 seconds, that's just great.
Yeah.
So these kids were about 32, something like that. So they did that very well also. Next part, deviations. I think, let's see how far, it's like page 6 I have where I'm starting to get to the things. I had maybe the points had to be changed because 5 I learned in the first 2 classes was too much, especially in 2 minutes or 1 minute. I had to bring it down to 3, to where they're reading 3 things off their placemat. Reading 5 things was too ambitious. So getting down to 3, I think that was a good change. I didn't stick to this time period where we stopped 10 minutes before the class. I think they should have kept talking, because I was gonna have them stop and have volunteer pairs come forward and talk. like this kid, and then they kind of model. But I think that's better in the beginning. And then after the first two classes, it's page 7. Um, after the first two classes, I was modeling a bit at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
but then I could tell everyone else was just tuned out. They weren't listening. Sometimes these kids were too quiet, and then I just kind of scrapped that. I let the kids keep their placemats because I want them to have them tomorrow, and I wasn't going to carry them around, so they keep them. So there are just a few small changes. Like page 7, I kind of just put away.
Do you have their placemat?
They have it in their table.
I'm sorry, do you have an example?
I can get it. Is the Google Drive open?
I can open it.
Or I can pull it up on here also.
You shared it with
It should be
my teacher's email.
in the module 7 group. If not, it's here. But they are all laminated, so even if they wanted to just draw on them, they're not going to destroy them unless they bring in scissors. Should be in the module 7 folder. But yeah, I think this recording was pretty good for the first one, for seeing the discipline, routines, everything the kids are used to,
Mm-hmm.
how to behave. I did have a couple kids try to translate instructions, and they weren't really, so I was able to choose different kids. So
Right.
the lower level kids were able to get what we were doing. I wasn't able to bounce to every kid, but it's kind of hard in 35 minutes. I could see one's not doing anything and kind of go over to them and see what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be an A3 two-sided thing. You can read this if it's faster.
Yeah, always wants to verify.
Maybe because they want everything through Gmail
Correct.
profile. So that's why I always have to have 2 Chromes open always.
Right. There it is.
With the video, I'm not sure how to edit yet, so that's going to take a bit of learning. I'll have to annotate. I'm not sure if I need to have all 3 video versions together or not. I'll see how hard that is.
You're gonna learn other
Yeah.
skills.
Yeah. Every time I have to learn a video, edit a video, I have to relearn everything because I forgot because it's been too much time. And the annotations, once I learn it, then I'm okay for the day, then it's gone.
Which module?
7 should be grade 3 placemats. Or not.
Not 7?
I mean, if it's not in there, maybe I can move it later. It will be on here though. No. Let me give you this though. It won't be in 6. Do you have a port we can put this? Yeah, sorry. I
It's
thought-
okay. Like to see it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It
Because we're
covers,
referring to it a lot, so.
yeah, it covers a lot of what we will do the rest of the year. And this could be a pre-assessment so that at the end of the year we bring out a new version, do it again, and they should be able to ace it.
My name is, okay, the norms. Did they write these
Yeah,
themselves?
they wrote,
Good.
we did this all together. So clean table, student book, workbook. So if I put S24, they know, oh, student book 24. Open their book to the right page.
What's CTSW?
So CT's clean your table,
Uh-huh,
student book, workbook.
okay.
So W15 means workbook, page 15, open. And so green, yellow, red. I have some sticks that it's one idea. If it's like a formal assessment, they can pull up green if they know what's going on. If they don't know what's going on, maybe yellow. Yeah. But I'm still working on the form of how to do that. For this, teams, they all have a team. So they're all in groups here. I'll pull this up. But they've drawn their thing. We have months, days, we went over classes, we went over fruits. These are all things we're going to cover throughout the year. Down there, ING, they need to learn. We're doing this quite often.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I love reading, I like swimming,
so
okay.
we covered. So you see, we have
Yeah.
blue team. So they're drawing whoever their team mascot is.
Mm-hmm,
That was the easy day.
okay.
And then we have schedules and places in the school. So we filled this out over up until yesterday.
Okay, cool.
And so I can see the ones that did their work and the ones that didn't. And that will also, as long as they don't lose it, help me keep track who needs to be focused on.
Okay, go ahead.
So I don't know, I think for this video, you'll see, but I think it's a good baseline.
Mm-hmm,
I think this group did really well. They didn't have any problems. If I recorded a few other classes, you would have seen where all the gaps were. I don't know if I need to focus on doing more of those classes or more like they said aim for a middle group, and I thought this would be a good middle, but they're kind of upper middle.
okay. Do you usually write your notes on scraps of paper?
For today, just a quick reference, yeah.
Well, usually, you have a notebook.
Yeah. I'm not that, like for me, it's like, all right, today what do I need to do? Just like
Yeah.
2 minutes, 2 minutes. But,
Because this can easily be lost,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You want to put it in what
Yeah.
I call a learning journal,
yeah,
or some sort of notebook where you write down all your reflections. It's
yeah.
better for organization purposes.
For me, for what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to record another reflection like
Yeah.
this. And for me, keeping it in a folder on my computer digitally,
That's fun.
that works for me. But like notebooks, I have so many notebooks in boxes that I just
Yeah.
never open again. So it's just that's my form. I just do digital.
That's fine. Just more
Yeah.
organized than
Yeah,
a
yeah,
post-it note.
yeah. I think that's all I have to cover for the baseline video. That's kind of what this meeting is.
Yes.
You can maybe look through that and see if I need to strengthen things, and we can go over.
This is the template they gave you, right?
I used this. I had module 6. The lesson plan is also about 9 pages. I just adapted for this one. I took out discussion points because I knew we wouldn't have time, because that's like outside of class. What should you talk about this session? And we just weren't going to cover that for today. So This is off of something I used before. I just adapted it for today's lesson.
So this is it, right? It's in module 7.
Yeah, that should be, yeah. So, yeah, that's all I'm the same. They're not gonna get to presentation, not, especially not today. Like SMART, they have measurable, they have times, it's achievable, it's relevant to what they're doing. So all this, I mean, it's like 9 pages. It would take some time to comb through everything.
Have you done lesson plans before? Or is this your first one?
For the program, this is my
Yeah.
second one.
Okay, have you received feedback on this part yet before?
For this one, I would have to see. I think she gave me a 4 on this one.
Which one's what?
The top.
Maximum?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, reading this part, the overarching goal, to me, that's not an overarching goal. The objectives are, written the way they should be written. But this one, it's
And wait, actually, this one she has not graded me yet.
oh, okay,
Yeah, she hasn't graded me on this one yet.
okay.
The module 6 one, I got a 4. Maybe I just haven't polished this enough. But yeah, this one she hasn't marked yet.
Because here you're just, I don't know. Here you, as I read this, you're just describing what you're doing. To me, that's not a goal.
Yeah, let me pull my book again.
For example,
Yeah.
I'll give you an example of an overarching goal in my mind. The overarching goal is like your end result, either for the lesson or the unit. Like the students, they will write a 5-paragraph essay in 30 minutes. In response to a in-class, on-demand writing prompt, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because that can't be done in a single lesson.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
more
this,
like the big goal that we're working towards,
yeah,
where the students will learn how to
because I'm
put
kind of
together
using like
arguments.
the last sentence is kind of like the main idea of this
Okay.
paragraph. So I kind of see what you're saying, because I should have worded
yes.
it. We are going to practice speaking and working on our presentation skills, or something like that.
I don't even know. I don't even think that you need the practice speaking part. Of course, they're going to be practice speaking. That's the goal. Is not the practice speaking. The goal is to be able to present. But you're going to have to be specific about present what. It says our work. Well, what does that mean? Present their
Like the
summer
place,
holiday.
well, the placemat, like present that they can get up and speak, like in front of each other.
Speak about what though?
For now, we're just using this as a template, but we don't really have a specific thing. Like, we have not even opened our books yet. Right now, we're still working on just, basic everything. So I don't have.
Are they going to present some aspect of, like you said, the placemat?
Like,
For example, there's several sections that you pointed out on the placemat. You got the rules of the classroom expectations. You have what they can do with Dojo. You have their favorite food part. You have these different sections, right? Are they going to present one of those sections or the whole thing?
I think I want them just to show that they are able to stand up and speak. I wasn't really being specific about that. I just want, this is also me like doing like a pre-assessment on their speaking. So I want to know what they have.
Okay, then in that case, say, they're able to present orally on the given topic. Just say the given topic.
Okay.
Because you don't, right now, you don't know what it is. that
Yeah,
topic.
right
So
now
just
it's
say on
just-
the given
yeah.
topic.
Mhm.
Yeah, in front of their peers.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the overarching goal.
Yeah, because right now, this is like the last sentence is my main idea, but that's just not worded right.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the font I'll have to fix.
And you know, I think this part is fine.
Mhm.
The communication skills, presentation, and collaboration.
Mhm.
I think that's fine. In order to achieve this, they will need to blank 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 blank,
Yeah.
right? In order to achieve the oral presentation, they will need to improve this, or they will need to be able to do this, and this.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the overarching.
I do want them able to, get up, if I have a camera and be like, all right, we're talking about fruits today. And then I want to have some kids able to stand up in a pair and not even think about the camera, just, fire off 3 cents each. And then I want them to work up to that level where they can do something, not like a real video, but to where they're just comfortable enough to just talk to each other.
How about this part, the SMART objectives?
I think specific maybe needs work. I think the rest, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound,
Have
I think they're solid, but I think
Have you received feedback about these SMART objectives before?
before, yes, but this one I don't think specific is strong enough because
Hold on, let me
Yeah.
make sure. When you wrote SMART objectives before, you wrote them out separately like this, specific, measurable,
Yeah.
achievable? You did?
for what, yeah, I did, just because I wanted to show that for every letter, every topic,
Yeah,
I was hitting whatever that specific thing was.
okay, because
It can be redundant.
usually you need to, that's fine that you wrote it out like that, but the final SMART objective is one sentence
Okay,
that puts all of these things together.
okay. Because I'm kind of spelling it out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So think about this and
Mhm.
condense it into a single sentence.
okay.
And that's your SMART objective.
This bag has a pen. I'm not sure my bag. Maybe for the weaknesses on the video, if I was being observed or commented on, page 2 I might take a hit because I wasn't so.
This part is not clear enough. See, if you look at the gifted students, how you differentiated for the gifted students, you were specific about the different things that you can add to the assignment to challenge them and engage them, right? You talk about bonus vocabulary for them and so on. But when you get to the ELL students, you don't say anything about it specifically.
Yeah, for me the ELL, that is pretty much my class. I have maybe 2% are like maybe gifted, maybe 2% are special, then I think the whole bulk of the rest of the class, I think would fit as ELL.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of teaching generally to that whole bulk.
Okay, but you're not saying how.
Yeah.
You just say that they're the majority
Mm-hmm.
and the activity is meant to be quick and simple. That's good that your aim is to help them build confidence, but how do you do that? You gotta specifically mention how you're differentiating for them.
Okay.
For example, if you, for example, if you're teaching some vocabulary words like bore, you know, like boring into the ground or something, you'll have a picture of
Machine.
some mole or drill and boring into the ground, right? Digging,
Yeah.
you'll have a synonym. Digging is a synonym, and a
Mhm.
picture is to help illustrate the meaning of boring.
Mhm.
Right, a bore. So there's two strategies that just visual illustration and
Mhm.
synonym,
Yeah.
right? So that's how I'm differentiating to help the students who are learning English as another language,
Yeah.
you know, to help them understand the key concepts of vocabulary.
Yeah.
That you need to be specific about what it is you're doing to differentiate to meet their needs.
Okay.
Okay, so improve that part.
I think if I was being evaluated, this
Okay,
page, I
so-
would take a hit for not really addressing this page in the video today, I think.
Yeah, maybe, and that's why
Yeah.
you want to improve the lesson plan so you can be prepared to meet their needs.
Yeah. Because some of them,
See, look at,
yeah.
you're specifically saying partner these, you said these special needs students have difficulty with attention, so you partner them with a stronger student who can explain the point system and assist them so that they feel incentive and participate. You see, that's specific.
Mhm.
So you hit this one and this one, but forgot about the
The middle.
middle.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just so used to, like, most everyone is in the middle. For the visual and stuff, I would normally have a PowerPoint or something, but this was a group thing, so I didn't even open PowerPoint. Because we're working off everything we did the last week and a half. Let me see. What else? Yeah, I did have in the video one kid explaining the goals.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it did take a couple, like asking a few kids to try to get this one done.
Yeah, that's good.
So, like one kid, he's like, I think he's Korean. I just don't think his English is strong enough, but he's willing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had another kid able to come up and, you know, give that. So that's good having helpers to, you know, make sure everyone's on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to stop after the first round and try to check. The exit tickets are closing. Again, I didn't have them do pairs at the end. Because the first two classes they checked out when they had a pair.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of aimed at keeping them, you know, talking at their tables. This might be an activity I repeat just because I want the kids reading,
Mm-hmm.
but I think we need to practice group reading also. It's hard to find all of the people who need help. I'm starting to see more of them, But
Did you write anything here?
for this one is too hard for me to check. This is something I want, but this is kind of like a wish list item here. I think this is too ambitious. The first one. First one I think is too ambitious. Time management, they're
So
good at.
I'm wondering like why you have questions here. I mean, they're good questions to ask, but why did you write questions in your lesson plan?
This is something I want to address.
Oh,
Okay. So if they cannot do this, this is something I want to work on.
okay.
I was moving them table to table, specific kids, so they had new people to talk to. But again, we could see with the data sheets, they were not being accountable.
Mhm.
So step by step, we'll get to that part. But I think the first one is a bit ambitious.
Mhm, I understand.
Okay. Is the question something you would want done a different way, or is that just something you weren't clear on?
I didn't quite understand the use of the questions there. Now, if they were questions that you're asking the students, then yeah, put them there.
Mhm. This is kind of me checking myself.
Oh, right, that's
Yeah.
what I see, understand now.
Is there a different way to be doing this, or?
Yeah, I would just say how you're gonna address reading fluency, how you're gonna address time management. Okay, so what I would write is, I anticipate that students will blah, 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 blah.
Okay, or
To
students.
respond to this, I will blah, 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 blah.
Okay, so students should, or
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
What you're doing to address these things. Okay,
Yeah.
that's my feedback for this first one.
Okay. Okay. This is kind of something they always want us to do.
Yeah.
This is new for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a model of teaching.
Yeah. I've seen it like through all the things I had to observe, but
Yeah.
this is not something I would have been told to put in my plans here.
Yeah, I do, we do, you do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I am
Good.
learning. I am learning.
Yes, I can tell.
Yeah. I will try to have this video done, but I will see how much I need to learn. Because video editing is a whole other monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we will see.
Good one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt.
No problem. No problem. Let me get my spy camera.